When Kai Havertz joined Arsenal in the summer of 2023, many fans and pundits were skeptical about the move, and many more questioned Mikel Arteta's decision. Doubts lingered over his ability to adapt and make a significant impact at the Emirates, considering he had struggled at Chelsea. But Arteta knew that somehow he would rediscover the German's form. He had the perfect plan for the former Bayer Leverkusen man, and after a slow start with the Gunners, Havertz roared to life as the season progressed, and by the time the last ball was kicked in the Premier League, he had become arguably Arsenal's best player. If Arsenal had managed to go on to win the title, perhaps Havertz could have been considered the bargain of the season, even with a £65 million price tag on his back, or even the signing of the season. His versatility, vision, and knack for crucial contributions have solidified his role in the team, making him indispensable to Arteta's plans. He has proven his critics wrong. But just how did the 24-year-old become such a key player in the space of a few months? And how good is he actually? Let's find out. Havertz broke onto the scene at Bundesliga side Bayer Leverkusen in 2018-19 when, as a teenager, he scored 20 league goals while putting in assured performances week in, week out. At that time, he had broken a number of records, including becoming the youngest player in Bundesliga history to feature in a league match. He also became the youngest player to hit 100 appearances in the Bundesliga, scored the 50,000th goal in Bundesliga history, and in 2018 he won the Best German Under-19 Player Award. It didn't take long before Europe's big boys came circling, and he was convinced by Chelsea, who had to part with £62 million for his services. His move to the Blues was highly anticipated, and as you would expect, expectations were sky high. In his first season with the London club, the German managed to score 9 goals and provided 8 assists in 45 games. It was a decent start, considering the higher level of competition in the Premier League compared to the Bundesliga. Arguably, his best moment in a blue shirt was scoring the crucial winner in the UEFA Champions League final against Manchester City as Chelsea tasted victory, their second Champions League crown. He improved in his second season, notching 14 goals and providing 6 assists in 47 games. His performances were solid, but once again they fell short of the expectations set for him, and you could feel the pressure building. It only got worse during the 2022-23 season. The campaign marked a significant downturn in Kai Havertz's career. His goal-scoring contributions dwindled, managing just 9 goals and 1 assist in 47 games. Well, you couldn't entirely blame him. Chelsea as a team struggled in the Premier League, finishing 12th, but with his price tag and expectations, it meant Havertz came under so much criticism, with many fans feeling he was not delivering as expected. One of the key factors contributing to the German struggles was the uncertainty surrounding his best possession. Up until that point, his versatility had been an asset, but it quickly became a liability as he was deployed in various roles as a number 9, a false 9, on the flanks, and even in midfield. The change in his position, coupled with the team's overall poor performance, led to his lack of consistency. In fact, the versatility hasn't always been in the German international's favour. He had his best campaign in 2018-19 when he scored 17 goals and registered 4 assists in 34 Bundesliga games for Bayer Leverkusen. That season, he featured mainly as a classic playmaker behind a classic number 9, with traditional wingers on either flank. When he traded Leverkusen for Chelsea, Havertz struggled to find his best role, and interestingly, it was for both club and country. It almost felt like coaches didn't quite know where to play the immensely talented kid at the time. Frank Lampard saw him as a central midfielder, whereas his successor Graham Potter used him as a centre-forward. He was also used as the link between the midfield and attack. Overall, he showed glimpses of the player Chelsea fell in love with at Leverkusen, but it was not going to be enough. So, when Mikel Arteta showed up at Chelsea's doorstep in the summer of 2023, looking to snatch the German, the Blues were quick to get the business done. For Havertz, despite interest from Real Madrid, he was convinced by Arteta's project, and as he later admitted, he was convinced that he would fit better at Arsenal than he has at Chelsea the last couple of seasons. At the Emirates, it was not all rosy. Even before the season kicked off, his confidence seemed to shatter when he famously missed all of his 14 shots in MLS All-Star Skills Cross and Volley Challenge during the Gunners' preseason tour of the US, becoming the first player to ever score 0. And when the Premier League season got underway, his struggles continued, and there were fears that the transfer might have backfired on Arsenal and Arteta's face. He missed several clear chances, and overall, he displayed a lack of enthusiasm on the pitch. He managed just a single goal in the first dozen Premier League outings for the Gunners. In fact, his first goal in Arsenal colours came from the penalty spot against Bournemouth when Saka and Odegaard decided to give his confidence a little bit of a boost by allowing him to take the penalty. He had failed to score in 21 appearances across all competitions for the club. Arteta, just like other managers who had worked with Havertz, experimented with the German in various positions across the attacking line. The idea was for Havertz to play in central midfield alongside fellow summer signing Declan Rice and Odegaard. He was to be the one to link the midfield and attack in a similar way to Granit Xhaka last season, even though he wasn't a like-for-like replacement for the Swiss international who left Emirates for Bayer Leverkusen. Then things change at the start of the year. Arsenal generally line up in a 4-3-3 formation, a formation that's been used by Arteta ever since the arrival of Rice, Jorginho and Odegaard. It all changed, though, in January when Gabriel Jesus picked up an injury and Havertz was tasked to lead the Gunners' line. He was primarily used as a focal point in the Gunners' attack, and he thrived. He put into good use his superb aerial ability, helping him to get those headed goals, and the intelligent runs in behind led to chances that he easily converted. What's more for Arteta and the team, Havertz's clever runs, hold-up play and ability to drop deep has benefited the team, creating spaces and chances for the likes of Saka, Odegaard and even Rice to get in on the goal-scoring act. This versatility to play either up front or in the left 8-10 position has made him a key piece in Mikel Arteta's identity and style of play. The Gunners have also become masters in winning the ball back in transitions and turning those positions into goal-scoring opportunities, which is in big part thanks to Havertz's tactical and methodical leading of the press. The German doesn't just run around aimlessly, he closes the opposition down when he knows he's got support behind him. Most importantly though, he only presses when the holding midfielder in Rice and the defence are in position. He has become attuned to the Gunners' reliance on getting the ball out wide to Saka and Martinelli, and his clever runs across the centre-back, instead of the traditional one in behind, have yielded great results and benefited the Gunners more. They either drag the entire defence in a single direction or create space for a gunner in behind. And Havertz has one man to thank for, his newfound mojo, Arteta. If I should pick one, it's that I should be confident in the opponent's box. He, Arteta, told me that a lot of times and I think it boosted my confidence. He has developed my game a lot. He changed my vision of football completely and taught me things I never knew before and other small details, he said in a recent interview. The German's transformation has been nothing short of remarkable, and the Emirates faithful have taken note. He has put on a show for the fans at the Emirates on a number of times, and he thoroughly enjoyed starring for Arsenal as they beat his former side Chelsea in a 5-0 rout towards the end of the campaign. He has shown that he can be the star man in this new Arsenal side that has pushed Man City to the very end in 2 consecutive seasons. Arteta has been in praise of Havertz in the recent past, particularly praising him for his new role. A lot of times, the players decide where they have to play. You can have certain ideas, but then you see certain relationships and it flows. When it flows, you have to let it go. That's what is happening with Kai at the moment, and he feels really comfortable there. The team is really comfortable with him there, and the rest has happened naturally. Despite this though, Arteta is rumoured to be in the market for a new striker this summer, even though that waits to be seen, with the likes of Victor Osimhen and Ivan Toney mentioned as possible targets. But with Havertz scoring and creating goals for fun, we don't see a scenario where Arteta will be forced to pay £100 million for any striker, well, unless they can do all the things Havertz is currently doing and more. What do you think of Havertz's revival? Can he rediscover the Leverkusen form that put him on the world map a few seasons ago? Let us know in the comments below.